Good morning and welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina. It is Cooking Friday here on the show. How you doing, Tina?
This is my favorite segment is like this cooking segment. And I'm like, every time I'm like, oh, we're like a real morning show now that we have a cooking segment. You're like our Rachel Ray. But today is also Friday the 13th. But
Ooh.
right? And in 2020. I was like, that might not be a good day. But
you know what? It can't get well. I should knock on wood.
Don't say that. Don't say that. But today is also National Kindness Day. So make sure you guys be kind to each other. And what was I going to say? Pay it forward. Do a pay it forward today. And if you see me in the bag of Starbucks line, make sure you
pay it forward.
Buy Tina's coffee.
I remember we did a when I was in radio, we did on National Kindness Day, because we were the most positive business talk show in America. We ran an impromptu advertising special that particular, like on that day. And I didn't think anything of it. Like, we ran it during like the show and we're like, hey, if you want, we're going to do this great little special. And, during the show, we, got all these new advertisers. But then for like the next 24 hours, we kept getting more and more advertisers. It was like the most successful ad campaign or marketing campaign we had ever done to bring on brand new advertisers.
Can you see what you did back then, so then that way we can do it here on the Angel and Tina?
It was amazing. We did a special, and because it was November 12th on that particular day, it was National Kindness Day. And so it was November 12th. They were like, we were selling $12 commercials. And so as many like commercials as you wanted, and they were just $12. And so, people were buying all sorts of packages, right? I want, X number of commercials to run. And so they could, make their own packages based on their own budget, but they were just $12 each. And so, yeah, I think it was probably one of my, for the longest time, right? What?
It was one of your brightest ideas?
It was one of my brightest ideas. It was one of my most profitable ideas that we had ever done as well. And so this was profit day. Like, when we talk about Black Friday, puts businesses in the black.
So today was your Black Friday?
It was our Black Friday for sure. Are you running any Black Friday specials, Tina?
I am. So I have my course, my Connection to Client Blueprint course that people can get. And it's like $1,500. So I am doing a 6-week online live course. So I'm taking like all the juicy goodness out of the Connection to Client Blueprint and teaching it live. So, and you can get it for $197.
Ooh, that is juicy.
Right?
That is juicy. I was trying to think about, what kind of Black Friday special I've done in the past, right? I've done, like, we did 70% off of Media Mastery Live, which is the digital course. Normally was $1,000 and ran it for $297. That was super successful. But I don't think, I love what you're doing with the live thing, because I think people want that live and interaction. And
that live
I'm getting ready to do an event with James Dentley, JD3. The JD3 event is in December, and we were putting together a special package just for that. I wonder if I could run that as a Black Friday special. I might have to.
A lot of people are doing their Black Friday, like every single day is something new. Or every single Friday from now until Thanksgiving is something new, because, like Target and Walmart, they can't have their typical Black Friday sales
because they can't have the crowds, right? Yes. So I think I might have to run something just that's like one thing for the rest of the month. I don't think I could come up with a lot, but I don't have the inventory and the variety of SKUs.
I like this like 70% off, 85% off type of thing, because it sounds like, from a marketing standpoint, it sounds like, oh my gosh, that's an amazing, special. Instead of like, it's valued at $1,500, you get it for $197. So I like that.
The percentage that's off.
Yeah, I like that, because as a marketing person, it just it seems like it's a better deal, even though it's not. It just seems
the same, right? But how we, messaging is everything when it comes to marketing. So yeah, so if you guys are running Black Friday specials, post those in the link. Give us some ideas of what should I run as my Black Friday special. And thank you, Chef Maribel, for making us a legitimate morning show now by providing us with a cooking segment. You legitimized us.
Well, and so yesterday we talked about online dating. We have had our cook on here. We have had, tons of authors and promotions and actors and all these kind of things. So now that we have our cook on here, it's like a regular segmented program, like for the next 3 weeks. It's like, oh, we are now a legitimate talk show.
You're legit. Well, thank you for having me.
We're almost 200 episodes in, but that wasn't legitimate. This is what makes us totally legit.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Maribel, what are you doing today?
So I have a lot of projects going on, as most people will have on their Thanksgiving. And I understand that that's kind of tough, but if you prioritize the cooking times for things and not do it the day of Thanksgiving, actually the day before, if you can, then you won't be stressed, because on Thanksgiving Day, even if it's just your husband or maybe your mother-in-law or your mother or even your kids, and they get up in the kitchen and they say, "What's going on in here?" And you're like, "I got it." Like, they just want to know what you're doing. And if you look frazzled,
you don't need help, do you?
Yeah, like if you look frazzled, that's the stressful part of Thanksgiving. So having a plan, like I've mentioned before, and knowing your cooking times for things, that's half the battle. And then if you have if you look legit and have like a little strategy chart.
Oh, that is Angel. Look at her face. She's like,
ooh, we have a checklist and a chart. Ooh.
You can add that. You can add that to your little binder that you have here. What is it called? Your little.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's my fancy book of how to.
Nice.
It's a white binder, right? There's nothing fancy about it, but I call it my fancy book of how to. And it has
everything in there and all of her stuff. So when she tells people how to write a book, she's like, okay, how many more weeks do I have? She'll go, hold on, well, where are you at? Let's go to the Excel spreadsheet. And it's just like that.
Yeah.
I do. I have my spreadsheets.
This is what chefs do in the kitchen. When they have an event, every day is appointed. Okay, what are we doing? What can we do next day? You have to have everything timed because you're doing multiple things all day. So the Thanksgiving feast is all about that. And so once you
never forget about the rolls.
Right.
The rolls are the most important thing of the meal. And it's always the very last thing you have to do. And you're like, okay,
exactly.
Everything is done. Okay, now I can sit down, and people are like, where are the rolls? And you're like, oh
man. Exactly. So you don't have that moment. Also, it's just like you're in control, even if this is your first Thanksgiving, you got it taken care of.
Is that checklist part of that course that you're doing on Thursdays? Yeah. Is that included in that course?
Yeah.
How do people find out more about that course? Because I know you've got a lot of resources there.
Right. So my Thanksgiving course is on my website, cocinamaribel.com. That's COCINAMARIB as in boy, EL.com. And there's a little picture that says Thanksgiving. And for your viewers, they get a promo of $200 off the program, and they'll get everything recorded, even if they miss the live sessions. So we meet live every Thursday. It started the first week of November, but they get the promo, I love turkey, and they'll get, they'll be able.
So it's cocinamaribel.com, and I love turkey is the promo
in capital
code.
Yeah, in capital letters.
In caps, okay.
Yeah, in caps. And they'll get all the supporting materials, the chart of when you're cooking what, when to put in the turkey, how to prep it, what day, And then, of course, a master equipment list and a grocery list and all that.
Ooh. I'm like, oh, you get checklists. And then you guys got together last night and you were cooking.
We did. Yeah, we got together last night and we went over the chart and we're strategizing. I have a small group. It's not like 50 people or more. It's a small group. But so I'm able to figure out, okay, what would you like to do? You can either do a wet brine or a dry brine, either one. And for you, this is what you need to do ahead of Thanksgiving.
And then what kind of people are in here? Are these like people who are like, okay, I've done tons of Thanksgivings by myself, or are these like new people going, I have never cooked a Thanksgiving dinner by myself?
It's that. I've never cooked a Thanksgiving dinner by myself, and they are away from their matriarch or the person who usually takes care of
Your
Thanksgiving.
Cooks all the time.
Yeah. And they're doing it themselves. So each person actually is away from where they usually gather for Thanksgiving. And they're doing it for themselves, which is what I thought would be the case this year. Yeah. Not everyone's going to go full out, but some people have like 6 people, just their nucleus family, and they're going to do a turkey. So we've gone through all that. And so today we're talking sides, and the sides, like the perfect mashed potatoes, not overcooked green beans. I have a broccoli cheddar casserole. This is a little one, obviously.
It's so perfect for me.
I'm going to put that in the oven and you'll see that come out. That's I can talk you through that. But right now I have my green beans, and yes, I recommend only having one casserole. I mean, you don't have to do all the things, especially if you're a small group this year. But I steam my green beans and I have my water ready. So I'm going to steam those and then
you don't put them in the water.
I was just gonna say that. I put mine in the water. Is that not what you're supposed to do?
I just don't want them to overcook, and they don't need to be immersed. They can be cooked with the steam. So I have water underneath, and I happen to have this perfect size colander, and it fits right into my pot. And they didn't come together.
Like the perfect size.
Yeah. And so I have water boiling underneath. You close it, it'll steam. I don't want it overcooked, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook it for like 3, maybe 5 minutes. And I'm going to then shock it. And what you mean by shock it is you put it in ice or very chilled water, so it stops the cooking process. So invariably, you need to reheat your food. So that's how chefs do it. They kind of par cook everything, and then when you have an order, you reheat everything. So in Thanksgiving, the day before, I'm going to par cook my vegetables, meaning I'm going to cook it halfway, and I will shock it so it doesn't continue cooking. And then the next day, I'll saute it with some lovely butter and some herbs and a little salt, and then it'll be perfect to go to the table. So that's one key, to have really fresh, crisp, bright vegetables and not overcooked. I think that's, maybe where that can go kind of wrong. And then I have another pot going with water. Actually, it's cold, and I'm going to cook my potatoes. So I estimate 1 potato per person, and maybe a few extra for leftovers.
For those people who love mashed potatoes.
Yeah. So I have my just regular white potatoes that I'm going to put in water, and that I do put in water, and then that'll cook and come to a boil, and that'll cook in like 10, 15 minutes. I'm not cooking that much. And then I will show you the secret tool to use for mashed potatoes.
So I know mashed potatoes have been cooked like 1,000 different ways. And I have been to so many Thanksgivings, and they're like, I put this in my mashed potatoes, like, cream cheese or mayonnaise or sour cream, or Like with me, I put like butter and sour cream and cheese in mine, but
and that's totally fine. Yeah.
they're like, oh yeah, put it in here to make it creamier and to make it this and to make it that. But it's kind of funny because you just eat it, right? You don't know what the secret ingredient may be.
Well, so the best way to really get, and as soon as the potatoes cook, it'll cook in 10 minutes. But as soon as it's cooked, you use a potato ricer, which is this, and you put the potato through here, and it makes it really.
I don't know what that is.
Right, most people don't.
Pamper Chef back in the day, and I like have every kitchen tool and gadget there is. But I don't think
you need one of these.
Ever have one of. I don't even know if I know what that is.
It's called a potato ricer, and it makes your potatoes lump free. So the thing about creaminess is like really breaking down the potato grain. Of course, you can't overcook the potato, but once you have it cooked perfectly, while it's hot, you pass it through this, and then you can, and then it'll be perfectly smooth. Then from there, you add your hot butter or cream, and it'll absorb really nicely. You can add sour cream, and all that is flavoring to me, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you can add garlic, whatever. But I think the consistency of potatoes really has to do with the texture, and getting it to that very fine puree is achieved by using that.
And you can buy that at any kind of like kitchen store or anything like that, right?
Well, yeah, usually if you have a, like Williams Sonoma or Sur La Table or Target would have it. It's not a specialty store, but it's a grocery store here in Austin, in Texas, called Central Market. And they have like a row of home cooking stuff, and they have that. So they definitely cater to the cook, like the home pro cook, and they have all of the gadgets and stuff. But this I don't see as a gadget. It's like a very utilitarian tool that you will need. So
it's kind of like the roasting pan and the turkey baster. You only bring it out once a year.
Yeah, I'm gonna know at some point, Maribel, we're gonna have to have you back. And like, where do you keep all this stuff?
Yeah, right.
Oh, well, you want to see my kitchen, like a tour of my kitchen?
Like, we're gonna have to do a kitchen tour at some point. Because, yeah, I mean, most of us have like limited cabinet space.
I had a whole shelf in my garage, like right outside my garage, my kitchen door. And to have extra stuff there, because I mean, I sold Pamper Chef for 4 years. So, and I had like every single thing you can possibly imagine, but like today, like this thing and your roasting pan and those kinds of things, sometimes you only bring it out once a year. And so those things kind of
look at stuff like my sister used to call it a unitasker, right? If it takes up a lot of cupboard space and it's only good for one thing, you can't have it. Like, you know, she's like, it has to go.
What about?
Yeah, that's very true.
She was my little, you know, but she's like that minimalist. Like she is so organized and so clutter free. And she'll come, you know, she would come in and she's like, what do you have this for? I'm like, well, it does this. Does it do anything else? I'm like, no. She's like, it takes up too much real estate. It has to go.
See, I'm very clutter free and organized, especially in my kitchen. So like all my gadgets had little, you know, tools and places where all of them went. But like I said, I had that shelf that sometimes I only had things that I used once, and it was like
seasonal stuff.
Okay, but you had yours in your garage. Where's all your stuff, Maribel?
Like here.
It's all here. It's in the cabinet.
In the cabinets. It's in the kitchen. Okay, we don't have to do the tour today, but just keep in mind. Yeah, I think that would be a fun thing to see.
Well, that's so funny because I did think about that because I was getting all my stuff out. I am very minimal when it comes to my kitchenware. I've bought my kitchenware at Marshall's, and I know what the basics I need. Yes, I actually right now, because I'm cooking so much at home, I do want the Le Creuset set, and I want the everything. But I think also having in mind a multi-purpose use of one item is important. So I actually don't have a braising pan. I use a a sheet pan like I would in the restaurant, and I have a rack on top. So that just holds all the juices, and I don't really have any. A roasting pan's nice because you have the handles and everything, and if you're cooking a lot of stuff. But it's really rare that I'm going to be cooking for like 20 plus people. So stuff like that, you know, I do have a minimal thing, but all the cabinets are full. Yeah.
All the cabinets. Okay. All right. I didn't mean to take you off like topic, but yeah, let's get back to cooking.
Okay. So I have my green beans cooking, and I wish I had a camera on top, but they're pretty much almost done. It's been about 8 minutes already. Meanwhile, we were chatting away about space and stuff. And I don't want it to get pretty limp. I mean, I want it to be like pretty firm, you know, and I'll taste it. And if it's like almost cooked, then I'll take it out and stock it in chilled water. So also,
did you put any salt or anything in that water? No, just
no.
Okay.
Yeah, only because I'm going to saute it at the end later, and then I'll add some salt and butter and all the things there. So I'm happy where this is at, and I'm gonna get my chilled water, and then I will stock it, and then it'll be ready to saute. And then my potatoes are still coming along, but I'm gonna put in this broccoli cheddar casserole, which is really, really simple to do.
I like and that dish.
I know. I love little tart dishes like that. I have 4. So just for, you know, like you're not eating all the things a lot. And then
so Maribel, yesterday we had a interior designer on, and she was showing us how even if you only have 4 or 5 people at your house this year for Thanksgiving, to bring out your china and bring out all of your fancy things like you would normally set your table out, so you can make it like a normal Thanksgiving. Do you suggest doing the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're going to go through the effort of doing all the things and a multi dish, you know, dinner, then you want to present it as nicely as possible. So, sorry.
So I think somebody's calling you.
Somebody's calling. That's the only default in this. So things like this. This is a beautiful Le Creuset pie dish, which I've never used for pies. So I like it though because it's perfect for the oven, and this is great for a casserole, or it's great, you know, and it presents pretty on the table if we're sharing. Yeah, so I do think of that, and your china and your napkins and your tablecloth and all of stuff. Do a cocktail. We talked about that with appetizers. Have your time to enjoy your preparation.
Try to make it as much as a normal Thanksgiving as possible, and
yeah,
that table and have your pretty dishes and your placemats and all that kind of stuff. I agree. I think you should do all of this stuff.
Yeah. And so the other side that I am doing as part of my course is roasted butternut squash and delicata squash. I don't know if you know this one. It's beautiful. You can cut it and slice it, and you take out whatever little seeds are inside, and you can actually eat the skin. So it makes for a beautiful presentation of roasted vegetables. And then I will top that with a caramelized balsamic vinegar and sweeten it up a little bit. So it's a little sweet, but it's not like marshmallow with sweet potatoes. Nothing wrong with that. No shame in that. But I want some veggies. I want some real savoriness. And so this is a really easy thing to do ahead of time too. You roast it, you reheat it the day of Thanksgiving, and you're pretty set. And then, of course, stuffing. Stuffing, that's what we did last night. And it's nothing to it as well. My stuffing is very, very classic. It's a bread herb stuffing with celery, carrots, and onion, and herbs, lots of butter, and very, very good turkey broth that I teach them how to make.
Do you use fresh breadcrumbs, or do you use like those Pepperidge Farms like bag of breadcrumbs?
Girl,
I
No.
got this recipe years and years ago off of Good Morning America, and they were doing like this stuffing like contest, and this person, and it was an Italian lady, and she won, and it was like Italian sausage and a French loaf of Italian bread, and she cut it like a couple of days beforehand and would lay it out and chop it all
That's
up.
what I do. Yeah.
And everybody had like the stuffing from Pepperidge Farms or whatever it was called, and she was like, "Oh no."
Yeah. Yeah, that's the same feeling.
I don't use that.
Yeah, that's the same feeling. Yes. I get artisan bread delivered to my house every day. They actually do it as a fundraiser to initially they
Wait, you
donate all
get
the
fresh bread delivered to your house every day?
yes.
Oh, Maribel.
Yes. No, not every day. Sorry, every week. Every week.
Oh,
Every week.
I was like, oh man, that would just break my diet. Can you imagine having fresh bread delivered every single morning and you wake up?
Yeah, my ass would. I'm sorry. Yeah, it would be really big, much bigger. Yes, sorry.
What about this is a morning show?
It's delivered weekly, and they donate proceeds to different charities, and they send you an email or where that goes. So I've had like parts of that, and I've saved that naturally because I can't eat all that bread in a week, and so I use that and cut it up, and that's what we use. It's a little bit more sturdier than white bread, and it like a French baguette, it can get stale, and then it'll absorb all the goodness from your broth. And I think that's the key with stuffing too, is like your broth, you don't buy store-bought, you make it yourself, if ever, the one time, so that's the time to do it. So yeah, all those things. My green beans need to be chopped or else they're going to be overcooked. My potatoes are on their way. The broccoli casserole is going, and these I will cut in a second so you can see what they look like. And my green beans are going to have caramelized shallots. So that'll add a different, a nice little mix into my green beans. And I have my shallots already cut here. I just need to start cutting.
Well, while you were doing that, I know Angel needs to kind of go to commercial.
Go for it.
But oh my gosh, I just want to be in Maribel's house like every Friday just to smell all of the things. And now I'm getting so excited for Thanksgiving dinner because I get to make the stuffing and I get to make my famous stuffing. So that's good. Well, it's really not my stuffing. It was that lady's who was on Good Morning America, but it's good.
Good. Oh, we're doing a commercial.
We're doing a commercial break. We're going to just spotlight our sponsors. And of course, Smell-O-Vision would be really fun to have while we've got Chef Maribel here with us on Fridays. And we're having so much fun bringing her in every single Friday for a little special cooking session as we all lead in.
Everybody can see your desktop too. I mean, the graphic is on there, but all your little desktop icons are on there too.
Really? Oh, wrong image. Even this? Like even here?
You stop. Oh, there you go. There you go.
There you go.
Is that better?
That's better.
Yeah.
Not with all the clutter. My son, he sees my desktop and he's just like mortified. He's like, Mom.
Oh my gosh, I can't do it, Mom.
Oh yeah. It's I used to be so much more organized when I had, I think, a little more free time, right? You can just put things away and organize right? But now, Melanie taught me this great little trick on how to find stuff that doesn't matter where I put it. I'm like, I've got this little search bar and it just finds it for me. I don't have to figure out where I stored it. So I've gotten a little lazy about filing things in my computer, but I don't know which is better, to file it and know where it is or to just have it there and to be able to, I don't know. Anyways, the morning show brought to you by our fabulous sponsors. Bliss by the Lake Boutique is our clothing sponsor. probably be really fun. I mean, if you're going to be dressing up your table and your home for the holidays, dress up your wardrobe a little bit too with some of their fun new surprises that they bring in every single week at Bliss by the Lake Boutique. Follow them on social media and check out their brand new inventory that they get in every single week. Zandra TV Network is our global syndicated partner, our award-winning producer. We are syndicated on all those on-demand TV network streaming channels. Check out Zandra TV Network where you watch your favorite programs and find the Angel and Tina Morning Show. If you've ever thought about having your own show, maybe a cooking show, or you put out your own content through social media or on YouTube or as a podcast, you could turn that into your own TV show. So go to beonztv.com to schedule a discovery call and see if it makes sense to start your own TV show. beonztv.com. That's beonztv.com. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, got too much to do, you need more checklists, well, how do you get it all done? Don't. Hire a VA, a virtual assistant, or a team of VAs to help you do what you do best, and hire out for all the rest with sonicva.com, and check out their new video editing service now. Amazing. Don't spend all your time editing. You create content and let them turn them into fabulous video masterpieces at sonicva.com. And when you mention the Angel and Tina Morning Show, they're going to give you a 10% discount off your first 40 hours of virtual assistant service. Go to sonicva.com, sonicva.com. Those are our sponsors. This is our morning show, our cooking segment that is now making us a legitimate morning show.
With Chef Maribel.
We are getting ready to host our 200th episode on December 30th. So make sure you guys tune in that morning. We're hosting the ANT Morning Show Awards again, so you can nominate your favorite guests. We'll be celebrating Tina's birthday. We'll be celebrating Tina's new book.
So it's a Tina day all day.
It's just going to be the Tina Day. It'll be our last show of 2020. So it is a do not miss event.
And Tuesday, we have our 9th Connect Summit that we're doing. And I still can't believe, like, we've done 9 of these things. But
9
so much
events.
fun. Right?
Yeah, 9 events that we've started, or 9, we do a summit like every 4, 5, 6 weeks, bringing in about a dozen speakers to, have incredible connections and interactions with you. We now host the morning show. We have our cooking segment. We've got all sorts of fun stuff that is happening here. So thanks for tuning in and hanging out. What are you working on over there in the kitchen?
Hey, Chef, what you working on over there?
So I just did a heavy bottom, not like pan to caramelize these shallots. And shallots are super beautiful when they're caramelized. They almost have like a jammy, sweet flavor to them. So the trick about that is that it does take 20 minutes. So if you're going to caramelize shallots or onions, you want to do a lot at one time because they'll shrink, and it takes 20 minutes regardless. So I get it up to a high temp, and then I lower it, and I kind of go in and out, medium, low. And if I need to add more oil, or you want a high temperature oil. So like something like ghee is great because it won't burn. And then I add a little bit of olive oil, and it'll just give it a lot of good flavor and salt. So that'll caramelize. My potatoes are almost ready, so you'll get to see what that looks like. Rice, that's what the word is. And so yeah, still doing all the things.
How are those, that squash looking?
So this squash, I wanted to show you. This is a delicata squash, and it's super pretty. I have one hole, and I just cut it in half lengthwise, and I'll take out the seeds, and then I'll cut them, and they'll look like this. They're really pretty.
They're pretty.
So you can eat these skins, and I'll just cover this with salt and pepper, olive oil, and roasted in the oven. And again, I will do this the day before Thanksgiving so that when I bring it all together and reheat everything, my work is halfway done.
And
so
it don't get soggy like that? Because I would think that vegetables would get soggy if you reheated them.
Well, I'm not overcooking it. I definitely want to cook it where it's like cooked, but it'll get the final caramelization when I reheat everything.
Oh,
and then that'll
all sorts of tips today.
Yeah, and then that's why we're doing all the sides today. And then I'll have a sauce that'll like it's a balsamic reduction with shallots as well. And this will be drizzled over my roasted veggies, squash, this, and onions, and it'll be pretty savory with some herbs, of course.
Maribel, do you use? Is this your normal sides every year? Are these your normal sides?
No.
What's your normal size that your family has always done?
Like I said, I have a small family, so I do like travel usually during Thanksgiving. But I personally, the way we eat is mashed potatoes, a really good bread stuffing, gravy, turkey, and then like maybe one or two vegetables rather than casseroles. So I never grew up with a lot of casseroles in my family, but maybe a potato gratin. I did also a butternut squash gratin, and that was lovely. So definitely the vegetables, the turkey, the stuffing, and with that, I'm good. And I am, of course, going to do a pumpkin tart with our course, and that's been, well, you have to have something sweet. So that's been actually pretty fun to do. I've done it already twice, and I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it again today with the class. So yeah, so that's pretty much it.
What about you, Angel? What is your staples on the table?
So we do the potato thing, right? Because we do mashed potatoes. We'll put, and so I think we use whipping cream, like heavy cream
that's your secret ingredient.
Yeah. And then sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. Although we went the other night to the Texas Roadhouse for dinner. We took the kids.
And you got a baked sweet potato. Oh.
Yeah, and she's like, so do you want like caramel sauce? And I'm like, no.
And marshmallows. And
yeah, it was like a whole
loaded
pie. It was like a dessert. It was like definitely dessert. I'm like, no, this is actually going to be my entree, so I needed less caramel and whipped cream. And so, but I do like cinnamon in my sweet potatoes. So we do mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, green beans. I like cranberry sauce as well.
But I like fresh homemade cranberry sauce.
Yeah, but I'm like the only one in my family that likes the cranberry sauce. Let me think, what else do we do? Like when we go to my mother-in-law's, and typically we'll go to my mother-in-law's for Thanksgiving, and so everybody brings us something. Like my brother-in-law brings the green bean, the traditional green bean casserole with the cream of mushroom soup and the French onion things on top, which doesn't look good. It doesn't even, I think, taste that great, but it's like you have to have it.
It's a staple.
Yeah.
So what did you always bring?
The sweet potatoes. Yeah.
And then how do you make them? So like back in the day, my mom used to get the can of yams and like pour it down and then put the marshmallows on top and bake it. But now it's like it's homemade and it's whipped and it's so good.
Yeah, I use my KitchenAid mixer for like everything. I use it for the mashed potatoes. I use it to mix up my sweet potatoes. I use it to shred chicken. Like that is my like main kitchen tool that I use. And if I can't use my KitchenAid to make it, it's not worth making.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, no, right, like that's.
So favorite pie. What's your favorite pie?
Okay, so I have to tell you that yesterday, cruising around on social media, have you heard of the dish, the turducken, where it's a duck and a chicken and a turkey?
And turkey, yes.
Yeah. Okay. That was popular a couple years ago.
Yeah. Well, I found the dessert equivalent of the turducken.
And it's Oreo cookies.
No.
Pie and apple pie.
So it's the pie caken, right? Like it's
Oh yes,
It's
I've
got
seen that.
the pecan pie, pumpkin pie, apple pie. I think it's got spice cake in between, and then a cinnamon buttercream frosting over it. And I was just like, oh, all the pies all in
All
one.
together.
Yeah, it was a pie. It's called a pie cake in. It's $100, right? For this.
Wait, where do you get it from? You order it?
You can order it. Yeah, you can order it. I mean, you could probably try and figure out and make it
Perfect.
yourself. But I like, when you've got the pecan pie and pumpkin pie and apple pie.
Just get a
I'm
little
like,
sliver of everything.
yes, yes, yes. Thanksgiving is not the day for making decisions, right? It is the day that you
Day
say,
to wear your yoga pants.
yes. So we used to do a turkey 5K. I was really involved with my Chamber of Commerce, and we would do a 5K race on Thanksgiving morning. I will tell you what, you would get home in time for the Thanksgiving Day parade, right? And it was freezing cold. I hated that part because it was absolutely freezing cold. We're out there just shivering, absolutely shivering. But it's that crisp morning air. You've burned off your calories. You come home, and it's like the most guilt-free Thanksgiving ever. I loved it. So, so that was one of my favorite traditions. We did that for years, and I would still you didn't miss anything. But the worst it was freezing cold.
Well,
and
it was
I don't have to be freezing
too.
cold.
So this year you don't have to do that.
I don't have to be freezing cold at all, but I can still get up. I can still do my 5K
on your Peloton.
I might actually run, right? I might actually do a run. We'll see. I've been doing the Peloton. I've been really good since we've been here. I brought my Peloton with me.
You're gonna run around the old folks' homes?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I could.
Tiny thing just
and I don't have to get up so early, right? Like that was the thing too, is it was so early in the morning. So is early in the morning and cold. The two things Angel doesn't like my least favorite things.
Well, and then this year you might have to make a turkey because you're not going to mother-in-law's house this year.
I think my daughters are going to be making Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, at their house.
Like the whole thing. They're like, Mom, let us do it all.
We haven't actually talked about it. We're gonna go see them tomorrow. And
Good for them. Good for them.
They're actually really getting into the whole now living on their own. They've really, starting to spend more time in the kitchen. They never did, growing up. It was always me. But now that they're on their own, right? Maribel, do you see that? Like, now that you're on your own, like you have to figure this out.
Yeah, and I think that I know a couple of my cousins and their children, they are in their 20s, and now with YouTube, they're like more into cooking. So they want to have my cousin's daughter, so like text me, what do I do with this? What do I do with that? And, I welcome to guide her and stuff. So I love that they're so interested in actually doing something complete. And so they'll go on YouTube. That's cool.
Right? I remember calling my mom like all the time, asking her kitchen questions, right? But now they don't have to call me because they have YouTube. YouTube has replaced having to call mom.
That and Pinterest.
Right? They're like, I can just figure this out. It's on my phone. I don't have to bother mom. I don't have to wait. We don't have to have that whole conversation. I just it was so funny that they just now YouTube it and Pinterest it. Oh, look, we've got another lady. She's like, you planted the seed about me doing my own TV show. So she reached out to ZTV. Oh, look at that. We're planting seeds, Tina. We're just
little farmers.
Little farmers.
I need to do that.
All right, tell us what you're doing, girl.
Okay, so I have my salad, and they are
delicious.
Yeah, so they're cooked, and I added cooking wine to it. You could add sherry. You could add just wine or white wine. I like sherry actually, and then it reduces, and then you have this finished product. That'll be perfect to mix in with my green beans, and I'm going to show you the potatoes. So I have my potatoes. They're cooked. And I'm going to use my ricer. I have my bowl right here. And I will put my potatoes that are kind of hot, which is perfect because then it'll pass through. And use your muscles.
Oh, get your muscles.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. And so this is, I guess, is even finer, if you will, than a masher. So these holes are perfectly.
I've always used either my KitchenAid or the hand mixer, you know?
It reminds me of that thing in the, do you remember the Play-Doh kit where you would put
exactly.
the Play-Doh in and it would come out like little, yes, it reminds me of that.
And the reason why you don't want to use a KitchenAid or like a mixer is because you'll start to agitate the potato and it'll get kind of gluteny. It'll get kind of heavy. And that does add body to your potatoes, but this helps to like just break it down. And so if I mash this, it does look like Play-Doh. You know, it's perfectly smooth. And so when I add any flavorings like butter or milk, sour cream, whatever you want, it'll be perfectly whipped. And all I have to do to reheat this is put it on top of, like I did my green beans, water on the bottom, this bowl, and it'll reheat. I can add a little bit of milk and butter, and it won't be like heavy. It'll be light and fluffy. So,
hey, Angel, there's another thing we're going to be doing.
I know.
I don't think I've ever heated my mashed potatoes like that.
I never have. I never have.
Most people wait to the last minute, and for a reason, because if you have the mashed potatoes done too much ahead of time, then they'll get heavy and glutinous. It's really hard to heat. But if you do it this way and you steam it rather than put it, you can reheat it nice. It'll be fluffy. That's the thing. The mashed potatoes need to be fluffy, airy, whipped without being whipped. Does that make sense?
Whipped without being whipped.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's one thing. And then the last thing is my broccoli and cheddar casserole, which I really didn't show you how I did that. But it is steamed broccoli, and I did it the same way I did my green beans. And then I have a mix of, it's evaporated milk. Oh, I sauteed my onions first. Then I added the broccoli, evaporated milk, and I mixed the evaporated milk with cheese, seasoned that with salt and pepper, and then I put that over the broccoli. You put it in a beautiful casserole dish or whatever, and you put it in the oven, and you top it with breadcrumbs. And I did use my own breadcrumbs in butter. I toast it, and then I put it on top. So,
oh my gosh, I am getting like so hungry.
So that's all the sides. So if people have questions, let me know.
That was so much fun. And she did that in like 45 minutes.
I mean, literally just cooked 4 sides in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you came on and had all of the things, I was like, oh, we're going to run out of time. Right? Like, but you are the master. You are the master. And gave us some not only great recipes, but even great techniques, like cooking techniques.
Like getting the potato thing. I think that's one thing that I do not have in my kitchen.
Yeah, this
potato
is important.
ricer.
Potato ricer.
Having a great colander that you can steam your vegetables.
Yeah, you can steam your vegetables. You can multi-purpose it.
Reheat your potatoes in the same thing.
No one's gonna believe you until they see it. So
right?
they have to see the video.
My tricks of my kitchen.
Okay, so Maribel, tell again how people can connect with you.
They can go to my website, cocinamaribel.com. That's COCINAMARIB as in boy, EL.com. And I have just my cooking classes for Thanksgiving and then Christmas, but I also do other specialty classes that I'll be putting up shortly. But most importantly, Instagram is my jam. I'm there almost every day posting something.
Instagram is my jam.
Yeah. So I'm usually posting silly videos about myself, showing up online, whatever. I've been really interactive there. And I do a video there weekly. Just this past Monday, I did a tip on what's the minimal equipment that you need. The potato rice that was in there, and I talked about that.
Well, Maribel, you also have a little bit of good news because somebody just reached out to you on Instagram to have you featured on their website.
Yeah, so all recipes saw my video, my little home videos, and they're like, "Oh, we love to feature you," and they're trying to build their YouTube site. So all recipes is a big platform. They definitely have some. This broccoli and cheddar is theirs. I have a video that's up right now. It's an apple tartlet, and that is super simple. I highly recommend that, and it's good. Like I did multiple, it's like practice of that, and the people that ate it are like, "Oh, it's so good," and it's really nothing to it, like 3 ingredients, so it's really good. So they have great recipes, and I did videos of it.
Oh, that is so awesome. And then you're going to be here next week. And what are you doing next week for us?
That's a good question. I forget.
That's a good question. It's called the cleanup.
That's a good one. That's a good one. It's called Cook as Clean as You Cook.
Right.
So I need to look at the agenda, but do you guys have it?
maybe I don't have it on me, but maybe that apple tart thing. Desserts.
Okay. We can do dessert. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Dessert. Yeah. So
right, because then it's the main dish, right? Because then so we did the
appetizers.
The appetizers. We've done side dishes, desserts,
and turkey.
And then it's the turkey, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, we're getting close. Yeah. I'm excited.
You know, it's 2 weeks from today, or 2 weeks from yesterday is Thanksgiving.
Right. Like, right around the corner.
I'm like,
oh, wait. Then we only have Maribel one more time.
We only have one more time.
Right.
So what are we? Are we doing turkey or desserts next week?
We can't do the turkey.
Whatever you guys want.
Oh, I think we should do desserts.
I think we should do desserts too.
Let's do desserts.
I think we should do desserts. And then if you guys want to do the turkey with her, sign up for her Thanksgiving class, because on Thursday morning, on Thanksgiving, the actual day of, she's going to walk you through doing your turkey. Yeah. So you'll still get that. So yeah, so she'll be here next Friday. We will not be broadcasting the Friday after Thanksgiving. We're actually going to be off that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for the holiday. And so that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of Thanksgiving week, because we all have to be prepping, right? We have to be prepping.
Well, I mean, you have to prep a little bit more because you took over your mom's whole entire dining room table.
I did. I turned the dining room into a studio, and I'm not even thinking.
She says, "Oh wait, what am I gonna do?"
Not even thinking that we would be using it for the holidays, because who's using their dining room right now, right? Not I.
Right.
Not
I. Do you sit at the kitchen table and eat dinner right now, Tina? Do you guys do that?
No.
Where do you eat dinner?
Like on the couch.
On the couch, right? Right. We when we had packed up, we packed up and moved from Denver, we had a kitchen table, and we would eat dinner at the kitchen table. But once I sold the kitchen table,
like, where are we gonna eat?
And so we were using those dinner chargers, those plate chargers that you put under for
TV trays.
They were my TV trays. Yeah. So we would sit we'd sit on our patio furniture that was in the living room, because we sold the couch.
For the couches.
Yeah. And I called it camping. My family thinks I'm nuts, because I think that's what I call camping. Sitting on patio furniture with my TV trays, eating dinner.
Have you ever been camping before?
I have been camping.
I have been camping, but I don't like it.
I like the camping stuff. I like being outside, and I like hiking and roasting marshmallows and
I like that part, but I don't like the bugs. I don't like sleeping on the floor. I like it being hot.
Yeah, the temperature control, the bathroom situation and the sleeping situation. Yeah, all that. I'm just not that outdoorsy.
I can't dig a hole to go to the bath. I can't do all that.
Yeah. Okay, but we don't want to talk about that. We're talking about holidays. Anything else, Maribel, that we want to make sure we cover today with you?
No, I think like I said, have your checklist, have all the things you need, including.
I think that is Angel's favorite part of the whole entire segment.
Make sure that you have, like, I have on my list, organized pantry fridge, confirmed plateware, silverware. It's like you said, if you have your china tucked away somewhere, get it out. Not the day of Thanksgiving, and definitely not the week of Thanksgiving. You want to do it like now, so that you're ready.
Yeah, let's get ready. That's what we're doing. We're getting ready. We're getting ready. Well, Maribel, this has been so much fun. I'm so glad that you've been hanging out and committed to coming on like week after week with us. And we did start out talking about Black Friday deals. So if anybody's hosting a Black Friday deal, share that in the comments below. I'm still trying to figure out like what I should do for my Black Friday special that will run the rest of November. Tina has one going on right now. Tell them again, Tina, what they get for your Black Friday special.
So my Connection and Client Blueprint is regular $1,500. It's an online course. There's about 18 modules in there, and kind of takes you from the whole mindset of your connection and meeting that person and how to connect with them to turning them into a paying client. So that is all on there, but I'm giving it to you in a 6-week online live course. And it's only $197, which is what, 90% off? I don't know what it is. I got to look at the.
You should, yeah. Do you need me to get my old-fashioned calculator?
Yeah, get your old-fashioned calculator with your old-fashioned pencil sharpener and tell me what the percentage is.
I know. This is my old-fashioned pencil sharpener because I use pencil. Okay, I packed it. I brought it with me. Well, I'm Angel Tussey. I am your media matchmaker, helping you get more media exposure. And I'll tell you what, this morning my phone is blowing up with different media opportunities that are showing up for clients. Make sure that you are leveraging what we call OPA, other people's audiences, to build your business, sell your book, promote your brand, and you can get started with my complimentary media starter kit at makeyourbigimpact.com. At makeyourbigimpact.com, I'm going to give you a full year of attention-grabbing headlines. You're going to get press release ideas. You're going to get all the resources that you need to open that door and create that momentum at makeyourbigimpact.com. And stay tuned. I'm coming up with a Black Friday special next week.
Stay tuned. We had such a great time with you, with Chef Maribel. I am Tina Torres, your client retention expert, otherwise known as the gratitude specialist. And if you're struggling with attracting the right clients, knowing how to connect to them, or even if you just don't know how to convert them into clients, I have a complimentary guide that will help you grow your audience organically, online and offline, connect and nurture those relationships authentically, and then take those relationships and turn them into paying clients. You can grab your guide if you text the word connection to 26786. That is the word connection to 26786. If you're interested in that Black Friday special, you can also text the word connection to 26786. You'll grab your promo code to get it at only $197. We are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. We're so grateful for you. Today is National Kindness Day. Be kind to someone you don't know. Pay it forward to somebody. We will see you guys on Monday. Have a fabulous weekend and make sure you get ready. You start these things now for Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is 2 weeks away. So we'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great day, guys.